Most of you will leave this room today, go home, open your trading platform, and do exactly what you've always done, and wonder why nothing changes. I was that person, until one day I wasn't. You think you're here to learn a setup. You're not. You're here because somewhere deep down, you already know that what you've been doing isn't working. The indicators, the alerts, the YouTube strategies, none of it has moved the needle. Not really. And that frustrates you. It should. I know, because I sat where you're sitting. I had the charts. I had the tools. I had opinions about the market. Loud, confident, expensive opinions. And the market didn't care. Not even a little. Then something shifted. Not in the market. In me. I found one setup, not a dozen one, and I stopped arguing with price. I started listening to it. What I'm going to share with you today isn't complicated. In fact, when you see it, you'll probably say, "That's it?" Yes, that's it. But simple is not the same as easy, and knowing is not the same as doing. The traders who fail, and most do, don't fail because they lack information. They fail because they lack the discipline to act on what they know. Today, I'm going to give you the setup. What you do with it, that's entirely on you. Let me ask you something. How many indicators are on your chart right now? 2? 5? 10? I have sat across from traders who had so many lines, colors, and signals on their screen that I genuinely could not find the price. And every single one of those traders had a reason for each indicator. A justification, a logic. And every single one of those traders was losing money. That is not a coincidence. When I first started trading, I believed what most of you believe, that the more I understood, the better I would trade. So I studied, I read books, I attended seminars. I stacked indicator on top of indicator, convinced that somewhere in that noise was the answer, the Holy Grail, the edge that would finally make everything click. The market took my money anyway. It did not care about my moving averages. It did not respect my Fibonacci levels. It did not pause at my pivot points out of courtesy. The market moves because of one thing and one thing only, the collective behavior of millions of people making emotional decisions with real money. And no indicator in the world can fully predict emotion. Here is what complexity actually does to a trader. It creates hesitation. You see a signal to buy, but your second indicator hasn't confirmed it yet. So you wait, then the third indicator lines up, but now the first one has faded. By the time everything aligns perfectly, the move is over. You watched it. You understood it. You just didn't trade it. Complexity doesn't give you more confidence. It gives you more reasons to do nothing. And doing nothing has a cost. Every missed trade, every hesitation, every moment you spent waiting for one more confirmation is a moment the market moved without you. I stripped my charts back, not because someone told me to, because I had run out of excuses. I had tried the complex approach for long enough to know it wasn't working. What I found on the other side of simplicity was something I did not expect: clarity. When you remove the noise, price speaks. It tells you what it is doing right now, not what 12 calculations think it might do next. Simple trading is not lazy trading. It is disciplined trading. It requires you to trust what you see instead of searching for validation from a formula. That is actually harder than it sounds because complexity gives you something to hide behind. When the trade fails, you can blame the indicator. Simplicity leaves you with nowhere to hide. You saw the setup. You took it. You own the result. That level of accountability is uncomfortable, and most traders never get there. The professionals I respect most in this business use the fewest tools. Not because they don't understand complexity. They understand it deeply enough to know it doesn't help. They have done what you have not yet done. They have traded long enough, lost enough, and suffered enough to arrive at the uncomfortable truth. The edge was never in the tools. It was always in the trader sitting behind them. Simplify your chart. Simplify your rules. And then, for the first time, watch what the market is actually telling you. I want you to think about the last week of your trading. How many different setups were you watching? How many strategies were running in the back of your mind simultaneously? A breakout here, a reversal there, maybe a moving average cross on the side. You were busy. You felt productive. You felt like a trader. But were you making money? Most traders I have spoken to over the years suffer from the same invisible disease. They know a little about a lot. They have watched the videos, read the threads, collected the strategies like trading cards, and when the market opens, they sit down with a head full of possibilities and no clarity whatsoever. Every chart looks like an opportunity. Every candle looks like a signal. And because everything qualifies, nothing is filtered. They trade everything and master nothing. That is not trading. That is gambling with extra steps. I made that mistake for longer than I care to admit. I had a folder, an actual folder, of strategies I had collected. Trend following, mean reversion, news plays, gap fills, momentum bursts. I told myself I was building an arsenal. What I was actually building was confusion. Because when you know 10 setups, you spend your entire session deciding which one applies right now. And that decision is made not with logic, but with whatever emotion is loudest in that moment. Usually hope, sometimes greed, occasionally panic. The trader who has mastered one setup does not have that problem. He wakes up, opens his chart, and asks one question. Is my setup there or is it not? If it is there, he trades it. If it is not there, he closes the laptop and gets on with his life. That sounds almost too simple. That is precisely why most traders never do it. Mastery changes everything. When you have traded the same setup hundreds of times, you stop second-guessing it. You have seen it work. You have seen it fail. You know what it looks like when it is clean, and you know what it looks like when it is marginal. You have developed an instinct that no amount of reading can give you because it was built through repetition and real money and real consequences. There's also something deeply psychological that happens when you commit to one setup. You stop chasing, and chasing is what destroys most retail traders. They see a move they missed and they jump in late. They switch strategies mid-session because the first one hasn't triggered yet. They are always one setup behind the market, always reacting, never prepared. The trader with one mastered setup has already decided in advance exactly what he is looking for. He is not reacting to the market. He is waiting for the market to come to him. That patience is not passive. It is one of the most aggressive edges you can have. I am not telling you that one setup is all that exists. I am telling you that one setup, understood deeply, executed consistently, and refined over time, will make you more money than 10 setups ever will. Width is for the curious. Depth is for the profitable. Pick one, go deep. Stay there long enough to actually learn something. When most traders talk about finding a setup that changed everything, they mean they found something on the chart. A pattern, a signal, a combination of conditions that told them when to get in and when to get out. And yes, the technical side matters. I am not going to stand here and tell you that charts are irrelevant, but I want to be honest with you about something that took me years to understand. The setup was never the real change. I had seen the setup before. Variations of it at least. Most traders have seen most setups at some point. The internet is flooded with strategies, patterns, and systems. If information was the answer, every trader with a Wi-Fi connection would be profitable. They are not, and the reason they are not has very little to do with what is on their chart and everything to do with what is happening inside their head when the chart moves. What changed for me was not the setup itself. What changed was how I behaved around it. Before, I would see a setup and immediately start negotiating with it. Is this really valid? Should I wait for one more confirmation? Maybe the risk is too high today. Maybe I should take a smaller position just in case. And then the setup would play out perfectly without me, and I would sit there watching profit I had talked myself out of. That is not a technical problem. That is a behavioral problem. And no new indicator, no better strategy, no additional confluence was ever going to fix it. The setup forced me to confront myself. Because when you commit to one setup with clear rules, you remove the negotiation. Either the conditions are met or they are not. Either you take the trade or you have broken your own rules. Suddenly there is nowhere to hide. Your behavior is exposed in a way that a complex, flexible system never exposes it. Flexibility in trading is often just a sophisticated word for inconsistency. I started noticing patterns in myself that I had never seen before. I noticed I was more hesitant on Mondays. I noticed I overtrade after a losing week, trying to recover ground. I noticed I cut winners short because I was afraid of giving back profit, and I held losers too long because I was afraid of being wrong. None of that had anything to do with the setup. All of it was costing me money. The setup gave me a mirror. And most traders do not want a mirror. They want a magic system that makes money in spite of their behavior, not one that demands they change it. That system does not exist. It never has. Every professional trader I've ever respected has said some version of the same thing. The strategy is the easy part. Yourself is the hard part. When the setup clicked for me, what actually clicked was accountability. I stopped blaming market conditions. I stopped blaming bad luck. I started looking at my own decisions with an honesty that was genuinely uncomfortable at first. Growth in trading is not technical. It is personal. The chart was never broken. Nobody wants to hear this. I know that. You came here looking for an entry signal, a trigger, a precise moment to pull the trigger and let the trade run. And I will give you that. But before I do, I need to tell you something that most trading educators skip over entirely because it is uncomfortable and it does not sell courses. The waiting is the work. I do not mean waiting in the passive sense. I do not mean sitting on your hands staring blankly at a screen hoping something happens. I mean the deliberate, disciplined, almost ruthless act of doing nothing until the market gives you exactly what you have defined in advance. That kind of waiting is one of the hardest skills in trading. It looks like laziness from the outside. From the inside, it feels like holding a live wire. Most traders cannot do it. and their account statements prove it. Here is what actually happens when an undisciplined trader sits down at their screen. The market opens. Nothing is setting up, but the trader is ready. He is alert, caffeinated, and mentally prepared to trade. Except there is nothing to trade. So he starts lowering his standards. That candle is almost what he was looking for. That level is close enough. The setup is not quite there, but it is near enough, and besides, the market feels like it wants to move. So he gets in, and the market does what it always does to premature entries. It punishes them. That trade was not a trading decision. It was an impatience decision dressed up in technical clothing. Patience as a concept is spoken about constantly in trading circles. It is almost a cliche at this point. Wait for the setup. Do not force trades. Let the market come to you. Everyone nods. Everyone agrees. And then the market opens and everyone forgets. Because patience is not a concept you can simply agree with and then apply. It is a muscle. And like any muscle, it has to be trained through repetition and discomfort before it becomes reliable. I learned patience the expensive way. I tracked my trades for 3 months and separated them into 2 categories. Trades where my full setup criteria were met and trades where I had compromised at least one condition. The results were so stark they were almost embarrassing. My full criteria trades were profitable overall. My compromised trades were an absolute disaster. The data was telling me something I did not want to accept. I was my own worst enemy, not when the market was moving against me, but in the moments before I even entered. The setup tells you what to look for. Patience is what keeps you from settling for less. And in trading, settling for less is not a minor inefficiency. It is the difference between a profitable month and a losing one. When your setup appears in its clearest, cleanest form, something else happens too. Your confidence in the trade is higher, your execution is calmer. You are not hoping it works, you are expecting it to work because you have seen it work before under these exact conditions. That confidence is not arrogance. It is the natural result of waiting long enough to trade well. There is a particular type of trader I have met more times than I can count. He is intelligent, genuinely intelligent. He understands market structure. He can talk about liquidity. He knows his economic calendar. He has read the books and watched the seminars and can explain with remarkable clarity why a trade should work. And yet his account is shrinking. Month after month, the number goes in the wrong direction. And every month he responds the same way. He goes looking for more information. Another book, another course, another YouTube rabbit hole at midnight, another indicator to add to the stack, as if the problem is that he simply does not know enough yet. That is not the problem. It has never been the problem. I want you to think honestly about the last trade you lost. Not the last trade the market took from you unfairly. There is no such thing. But the last trade you genuinely lost. Was it because you did not know that trading with the trend has better odds? No, you knew that. Was it because you did not understand risk management? No, you have read about position sizing. Was it because nobody had ever told you not to revenge trade after a loss? No, you have heard that 100 times. You knew. You just did not do it. That gap, the space between knowing and doing, is where trading accounts go to die. And no amount of additional information closes that gap. Only discipline does. Only the repeated, uncomfortable, sometimes boring act of following your rules when every emotion in your body is telling you to do something else. Information is easy to consume. It feels productive. You sit down, you learn something new, and you feel like you are making progress. Discipline is the opposite experience entirely. Discipline means sitting in front of a moving market and doing nothing because your setup has not appeared. Discipline means closing a winning trade at your predetermined target instead of letting greed talk you into holding for more. Discipline means taking the stop loss cleanly and walking away instead of moving it 20 points further and hoping the market reverses. None of that feels good. None of it gives you the dopamine hit that learning a new strategy does. But all of it makes money, and the absence of it loses it. I reached a point in my trading where I made a decision that felt almost counterintuitive. I stopped learning new things. I closed the books. I stopped attending seminars. I took everything I already knew, and I focused entirely on actually doing it consistently. The improvement in my results was immediate and significant. Not because my knowledge had increased, because my behavior had finally caught up with my knowledge. The traders who make money in this business long term are not the ones who know the most. They are the ones who do what they know consistently, regardless of how they feel that day. Regardless of whether they are on a winning streak or crawling out of a drawdown. Regardless of what the news is saying or what the trading forums are predicting, knowledge is the entry fee. Discipline is what keeps you in the game. Stop reading about trading better. Start doing it. I know that is a hard thing to hear. I know that when you have just come off a losing week, the last thing you want is someone standing in front of you telling you it was your fault. The market was choppy. The news came out unexpected. The setup looked perfect and then reversed violently for no logical reason. I understand. I have lived every one of those moments. I have felt that particular frustration that sits somewhere between anger and despair when a trade goes against you in a way that feels deeply unfair. But fairness has nothing to do with it. The market does not know your name. It does not know how long you have been trading, how much you have sacrificed to be here, or how badly you need this month to be profitable. It moves according to the collective behavior of every participant in it, and your feelings about that movement are entirely irrelevant to the outcome. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you stop misdiagnosing your losses as bad luck and start seeing them for what they most often actually are: decisions made outside your rules. I have gone back through losing periods in my own trading with brutal honesty, and the pattern is always the same. I did not lose because the market was against me. I lost because somewhere in that period I had started bending my rules. Maybe I moved a stop loss because I was convinced the trade would come back. Maybe I took a position size larger than I should have because I was trying to recover a previous loss quickly. Maybe I entered a trade that was 70% of my setup, but not the full criteria, because I was bored or impatient or simply wanted to be in the market. Every one of those decisions was a discipline failure, not a luck failure. The dangerous thing about blaming luck is that it removes your agency entirely. If losses are random and unfair, then there is nothing you can do about them. You are simply a victim of market forces beyond your control. And that belief, comfortable as it is, will keep you losing indefinitely. Because if you do not own the loss, you cannot learn from it. And if you cannot learn from it, you will repeat it. Slightly differently perhaps, with a different instrument or a different setup, but the same underlying behavior producing the same underlying result. Discipline is not a personality trait you either have or you do not. It is a choice made in advance, before the market opens, before the emotion arrives, before the temptation presents itself. The disciplined trader does not rely on willpower in the heat of the moment. He has already decided what he will and will not do before that moment ever comes. His rules are not suggestions. They are non-negotiable. And when he breaks them, and every trader breaks them occasionally, he does not blame the market. He looks inward, identifies the breach, and corrects it. That is the cycle of improvement that separates professionals from amateurs. Luck is a story losers tell themselves. Discipline is the truth professionals live by. Own your losses completely. Every single one of them. That is where the real trading education begins.